Garnacho destroyed on live TV. Roy Keane blasts young star as stubborn and a bad influence after shock outburst. Atlanta, USA. Manchester United may have lifted the Premier League's Summer Series trophy in front of a buzzing crowd in Atlanta after a spirited 2-2 draw with Everton, but the drama on the pitch was overshadowed by an explosive controversy off it, one involving one of the club's most promising yet polarizing young stars, Alejandro Garnacho. The 21-year-old Argentine winger, once heralded as the future of Manchester United's attack, finds himself at the center of a firestorm following public comments expressing his unhappiness with manager Ruben Amorim. Garnacho, who was left out of the squad for the entirety of the Summer Series, aired his frustration in a post-match interview with an Argentine outlet, declaring bluntly, "I'm not happy. I don't understand why I'm not playing. I trained hard. I deserve to be on that pitch." If Garnacho's comments weren't incendiary enough, the reaction from club legend and pundit Roy Keane set the footballing world ablaze. Keane's live TV blast, stubborn, arrogant, and a bad influence. Speaking during the post-match analysis on Sky Sports, Keane did not hold back. "Greater than, I'm tired of this kind of attitude," Keane barked. "This kid thinks he's made it. He's got some talent, sure. But talent without humility, worthless. I see a stubborn, arrogant young man who's a bad influence in that dressing room." The former United captain, notorious for his no-nonsense approach, continued. "Greater than, Amorim made the right call. If you don't want to play for the badge, get out. It's that simple. Garnacho is sulking because he didn't get his way. But at United, you earn your place, you don't demand it." The Garnacho dilemma, star boy or stormcloud. Garnacho's omission from the Summer Series squad was puzzling to many fans. After a strong finish to the previous season, where he notched 8 goals and 6 assists in all competitions, expectations were sky-high. Instead, Amorim handed minutes to new signings Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha, as well as young prospects like Amad Diallo and Patrick Dorgu. Insiders close to the squad suggest Garnacho's attitude in training had raised eyebrows. One source revealed that the winger had refused to accept tactical instructions and clashed openly with Amorim's assistant Paulo Futre during a behind-closed-doors session in New Jersey. Amorim, addressing the controversy post-match, remained measured but firm. "Greater than, Alejandro is a talented player, no doubt. But we have a culture here. A standard. Every player must commit to the collective. The decisions I make are for the good of the team, not the individual." United's on-pitch success muffled by off-pitch noise. While Garnacho fumed from the sidelines, his teammates delivered a solid, if scrappy, performance against Everton. Goals from Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount ensured the Reds finished top of the Summer Series standings with 7 points, having previously beaten West Ham and Bournemouth. New arrival Bryan Mbeumo impressed on debut, showing his pace and directness, while Cunha looked sharp leading the line. Mason Mount's curling finish in the second half reminded everyone of his quality after an injury-plagued season. Despite Everton's late equaliser, a lucky deflection off Aiden Heaven, United fans in Atlanta cheered their team as they hoisted the preseason silverware. But the buzz was tempered by the growing Garnacho saga. On social media, reactions were divided. Some fans defended the winger, accusing Amorim of favoritism. Others sided with Keane, calling for Garnacho to be sold if his attitude doesn't improve. "Greater than, we can't have another Pogba situation," wrote one fan on X, formerly Twitter. "United needs warriors, not divas. A split locker room. Whispers are now emerging of a split forming within the United dressing room. Reports suggest Fernandes and Mount, 2 of the senior leaders in Amorim's squad, have privately voiced concerns about Garnacho's conduct. Meanwhile, several younger players, including Amad Diallo and Willy Cambola, are believed to be disillusioned by Garnacho's perceived entitlement. Club captain Bruno Fernandes was asked about the issue during the trophy presentation. His response was diplomatic, but laced with subtext. "Greater than, we are a team. Everyone has a role. We support each other, but we also hold each other accountable." What now for Garnacho? With less than 2 weeks until the Premier League opener against Arsenal, Garnacho's future is uncertain. Amorim has yet to confirm whether he will be included in the squad for United's final pre-season fixture against Fiorentina at Old Trafford. Some reports suggest he could be loaned out, or even sold, if his attitude doesn't change. Clubs in Spain and Italy, including Sevilla and AC Milan, have been monitoring the situation closely. For now, though, the ball is in Garnacho's court. If he wants to be part of Amorim's revolution at Old Trafford, he will need to swallow his pride and re-earn the trust of his manager and teammates. The bigger picture, Amorim's decision to exclude Garnacho, and his unwavering response to the fallout, signals a clear shift in culture at Manchester United. For years, critics have accused the club of indulging star players and lacking dressing room discipline. Amorim appears intent on changing that narrative. "Greater than, we're building something here," he said. "And it starts with respect." If United's pre-season performances are any indicator, the squad is beginning to buy into Amorim's philosophy. Whether Garnacho chooses to do the same may define not only his season, but perhaps his entire future at the club. Final thought: Alejandro Garnacho is at a crossroads. Still young, still immensely gifted, but now burdened with the weight of expectations and a dangerous sense of entitlement. Roy Keane's brutal assessment might have stung, but perhaps it was exactly what Garnacho needed to hear. The next few weeks could shape the path of this once revered wonderkid. Will he dig in, grow up, and fight his way back into the team? Or will he become yet another cautionary tale in the long list of what could have been at Manchester United? One thing's for certain, all eyes will be on Old Trafford next Saturday.